Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Options Weekly Spy Sundays. Let's get it done. If you guys are here, you are fortunate. We have a number of great trades we're going to talk about. The market came down quite a bit in the past couple of days. This last week was pretty brutal, but I do see a lot of opportunity given we have the pullback that we've needed. Remember that the market has absolutely churned and burned for almost 4 weeks. I believe it's 5 consecutive green weeks on the NASDAQ, which is just absolutely insane. So we need to remember that there will always be pullback. And when there is, opportunity is created. As long as we manage risk well, we can get some excellent entries that will be absolutely unstoppable. You guys drop your names in the chat. If you're from the Discord, drop your Discord username. I love to see who's here and who's not. If you are new, please type new in the chat so that we know you're here. We're going to be giving away some free memberships. We gave away one last week. She made about 33% in her first day after taking the free membership. She won through the giveaway. So always take advantage. Do not miss out. Grab your chance while it's here. Let me post this in here so everybody knows. There we go. So let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. Let me go to this. Bada view on YouTube. Perfect. And I'm going to pause. Don't hear the volume. Welcome. All right, we got 15, 16, 17 of you watching right now. As always, please hit that thumbs up. Let us know we're doing a good job. As long as you do that, we'll know that we're on the right track and continue to put stuff out there. As always, Jay, what's going on, man? We got John Frederick. We got the stick. Nikki, me. Who else do we got here? Drop your name in the chat. If you're from the Discord, drop that username. If you are not, type new. We are going to be giving away some free stuff. And who doesn't love free stuff? As soon as we get everybody in here, we just made the post. There we go. 2022. We're booming now. Hit Victor. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you stick around. We will be giving away a free membership to our entire trading system, which is live alerts. We tell you when we're buying, when we're selling, and why, and our full trading education course that walks you through the ins and outs of trading so that you know what's going on and you can make some money. Latvian, welcome. Mr. Knight's here. Latvian's here. The Lizard Man is here. Spare Change. What's going on? What's going on, Cloudy Farms? Hey, 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 hit that thumbs up. Come on now. Hit that thumbs up. We got some exciting stuff today. That market pullback created some opportunity that we are going to check in and take advantage of. We got the doctor. What's going on? We are in a good spot. The Porterhouse, Mike P's here. What's going on, baby? How you living? I love it when you guys checking in. We're going to also, in the next couple of weeks, not today, but in the coming weeks, we are going to be keeping a close eye on engagement. So those of you that are in the chats, active, pumping out good information, helping your fellow trader, we're going to be doing some phenomenal giveaways with merch. We got hats, we got shirts, we got it all. It's good stuff. I would know I designed most of it. It's not perfect, but it's great. You'll love it. It's perfect. Who am I kidding? And we are going to be giving away to our more engaged members as a thank you for always supporting us in what we do and for helping your fellow trader that might be struggling along the way. Remember, this is a team sport. We need to support ourselves. We're going to get into Tesla. Don't you worry. Oh, there we go. The Lizard Man. I got a shirt. It's amazing. I love it. I love you. Beautiful. Good stuff. Good stuff. Victor, I'm very happy to hear that, my friends. Like I said, make sure you stick around. Nikki, make sure you keep tabs on Victor. So far, Victor, you're the only one that said new. So if nobody else shows up and says that they're new, then nobody else is winning. You're winning because you're the man, and you're going to be trading like a damn champion. All right, we have a little competition here. What's going on, man? I'm actually right outside Illinois. I'm right on the Indiana-Illinois border, but we are all digital, baby. Don't matter where you are. We could help you wherever you are. All right, we do have another first-timer, AU Memorial 99. Welcome, welcome, my friend. I'm glad you joined again. Remember, make sure you type new in the chat because we are giving away free membership to our entire trading system, which is the live alerts, when we're buying, when we're selling, why we're doing what we're doing, the live technical analysis, live trading, and our trading education program, which is 90 days and comprehensive. it will teach you everything you need to know about trading so that you can be successful. Gata, what's up, baby? So I want to start with this. What separates man from animal? I want to hear your thoughts. What separates us from the animals? What sets humans apart? It's always the time for questions. That's why we're here, man. We're here to be of service to you. So stick around, ask your questions. They will get answered. But first, I have a question. What separates man from human? I want to hear what you guys think. Resisting impulses. Okay, I get that. Rules, complexity. Patience. So let's see some of these answers. Jay says patience. Mike P, complexity and communication. I do agree. Rules, also agree. Resisting impulses, growth. In a mental, emotional, spiritual context, yes, we are the only ones. Law, yes. Instinct, yes. Conscience, yes. Think, hell, those are all great guesses, but I'll just tell you. Wait, whoa. The Gata. Well, I just watched The Jungle Book, and in the story, it was fire. Now, we are not the only creatures that use tools. However, it is what sets us apart and gives us the foundation, along with those other things, because you guys all gave right answers, right? Along with those other things, it gives us exactly what we need to build complex systems, to work together, to create a cohesive society so that we may thrive. Now let's talk about that quickly. And I promise there's a point, and it will make sense. As we evolved, right? We use these simple tools to set ourselves apart, to survive, to grow. As humans, we hunt, we gather, we collect, we take care of our families, we provide, we need to acquire resources, we need to acquire food, shelter, safety, all of it. And as we evolved, we continued to have these impulses. Now, what's changed? One thing, technology. Technology has drastically increased the pace at which society can change, evolve, adapt, erupt into something new, right? Information is more readily available now than ever before. Each moment in history, more information becomes more quickly available every second. As I've been saying this, it's become so. But the landscape has changed. We used to live in the wilderness, right? In the jungle. And we needed those tools to help us hunt, gather, provide, protect. How does that work with the current landscape of society? Protection has become financial security, first and foremost. In most cases, and again, we're talking generalities. In most cases, at least if you live in the United States, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, you can walk to the store without having to fight for your life to get inside. Again, not always true, but in most cases. So financial security has become the new safety, right? And it's the means for us to hunt and gather and acquire things to provide for ourselves and our families. For many of us, we're still using the tools of the Stone Age, while the landscape has changed so dramatically that those tools are no longer valuable. As the game changes, the rules change, and as the rules change, our techniques change. As our techniques change, we need to change. The idea is to adapt. When retail brokerages hit the world, for the first time, people like us had access, like we've never had before. Access to these financial instruments that the wealthy have been using for years and years and years and years and years to compound what they already had, right? They were kept from us. So now we have access to these financial instruments, right? But how the hell do you use them? The tools that we discussed just a minute ago are antiquated. We don't need them. Some survival skills need to be dropped. The skills that will be needed over the next 30 years to survive what is currently happening, which is basically an absolutely wild division and increase from wealthy, middle class, poverty. The gap is widening. You all see it. You all know it. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So how are you going to survive? That's the question. And this is particularly aimed at those of you that are new. You must get the tools you need to interact with the environment as it stands, and you need the guidance to use the tools properly with the right technique so that you can take advantage of what they have to offer and yield the result. Your hunting and gathering is building more financial security to the point where you're at least at a point where you own your time. That's the goal here. You want to be able to own your time. You don't want some company to dictate everything about your life. Kid's got a baseball game, you got to work. You don't want to have to make those concessions. You don't want to have to go into exorbitant debt just to go to college, to get a degree, whatever the path is. Things have tilted to the point where if you don't do this, I will be scared for you. For those that have said, I just had a very deep conversation with someone that just is not about it. And it really hit me. Inflation will swallow everyone if they don't get with the program, take advantage of what's available, use these new tools, and adapt. And I realize that's why so many of you here have stuck here, because you get it. You understand that you need this to put yourself in a different position so that you don't get swallowed by inflation, swallowed by a burdened and recessionary economy, which we're currently in, run by aristocrats that could care less whether you or I live or die. They don't care if we eat. They don't care. We have to fend for ourselves. We must survive. And the only way we survive is if we get with the times and take advantage of the tools we have available to us, one of which being here. So for those of you that are lost or confused, you're in the right place. You just cannot quit before the miracle happens. I want to encourage everyone to zoom out and get that 30,000 foot view. When you plant seeds and hope that you can flourish new life, right? Do you dig the seeds up every 4 hours to see if they've grown yet? No. You care for them, you tend to them, you watch, and you wait. The same is true for managing a portfolio. You don't shuffle it around, rip it out, put it back in, put it all in on one trade. It's never going to work. You need to tend to it. You need to tend to the garden so that the plants may thrive. The plants being your capital and your account that we wish to grow. If you stay here, you will accomplish that. You'll at the very least have everything you need to do so. If you quit before the miracle happens, you will be in the same boat, sadly, as millions, hundreds of millions of people will be in the coming years. The advancement of AI, computing technology, guys, is coming. I'm not saying in a conspiracy way. I'm saying inflation is here and it will continue to swallow us whole if we don't keep our head above water so that we can grow and push beyond where we are now. Many of you already understand this, but a lot of you have yet to make that discovery. The realization that the only thing that separates us from the animals is the use of tools so that we can build complex societal structures, so that we can farm and mine financial markets, hopefully with abundance, so that we can eat, provide for those we love, and put ourselves in a position to where we're no longer scrapping, we're building. It's my goal for every single one of you. A lot of you come here in financial hardship. My heart goes out to you. That's why I'm hard ass at times, because I care about you and all I want to do is see you succeed. I don't feel that I succeed unless I see the results in you. If I don't see you guys hitting that profits channel, I have failed you. And I don't like failing you. So I just wanted to start with that, especially for those of you that are new, to understand what we're actually about here. It's not just a couple of trades. It's not just a couple of weeks. This is the long game. I'm playing the long game. And if you're ready to play the long game too, which is the only one that's going to come out ahead, then let's go. All right, let's get into it. Sorry, I didn't mean to get intense. I'm just particularly motivated today. I had some phenomenal coffee. So we're going to get started with a couple of charts. What I want you guys to do now is drop the tickers you want to go through. Make sure you drop them in the chat right now. And let me know if you didn't understand anything that we just talked about, or you wanted to maybe go on and discuss another element or explore a different path. Type it in the chat. I'm here for you guys. I want this to be a conversation. I don't want this to be me talking at you. I wanted this to be you and I having a conversation. So let's look at the stocks you want to look at, but this time we're going to have a little, make this fun. We're going to have a little game here. Instead of just dropping the ticker, I want you to drop the ticker. I want you to tell me whether you think it's long or short, and 2 seconds why. I don't want a huge analysis. Just say, for example, you're talking about someone just posted Snap, right? So let's just run right on that. And longer time frames here. We're on the daily. Let's flip to the weekly to get a better idea. We're pushing against resistance, volumes coming in, RSI curling. So long looks like the move here. So for example, long or Snapchat, long target of 15, which is the one we identified on the stream, right? Or type in Snap long as we break above resistance, about 1150. Tell me why you like it. Support test at 771 held. Tell me a little bit about why you like it. I want to get a feel for how much you guys have really taken in over the last, 2-3 months we've been doing this, so I can determine whether we need to dial back a little bit, take a step back, and focus a little more on some of these more fundamental tools, or if we can just continue ripping and running. And as always, welcome, my friend. Hope you stick around. So Nikki's got you guys down. I know we got you, and then Nikki, you're here, right? And then Victor, we got our two two new guys. You know what? If you guys are ready to go, I got you. I'm gonna drop this. Hey, so you two new guys, this is for you. This is on the house. You're gonna get the full trading education package. I'm gonna save you $50. I want you guys in the 90-day. I want you to click this link right here. Grab the 90-day option. It auto applies the discount. I want to see you two in the Trading University course. And when you get to Discord, message Big Quench. That's where we host it all. Message Big Quench. Let me know you're there. And I'm gonna, anything you need, I'll personally walk you through so that you can understand what's going on. I want to make sure you guys are in good. You're in the right place. I just want to make sure you get in and get everything logged in right. So if you follow that link, that'll automatically apply $50 off on the house, on me. Welcome to the group. I want to make sure you guys get in there and get the full Trading Education University. Everybody that you'll see here, guys, new guys, all these members you see blowing up this chat, we have a rapport. We know each other. They've been here forever. You want to know why? Because they took the education, they ran with it, they took the trades, they ran with them. They're making money. If they're not making money, they've learned from every single mistake to the point where they were building things so that they can absolutely blow up the next 5 years of their life in a wonderful way. Cloudy Farms, there we go, baby. I love that honesty. I love it. That's what I need to hear, because I can't help you guys. I can't help you if I don't know. Hey, new guys, if you want to drop your email in the chat, Nikki can shoot you an email with the link. It's right here. Just type that into your browser. The link, the discount will automatically apply. Cloudy Farms, shoot me a message on Discord, by the way, too. We'll dial into that a little later. We'll go into your stuff, see what's going on. Nikki, they're going to drop their emails in here. If you could just shoot them the link to get in there. All right, Dave's hooking it up. There we go, Dave. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. What Dave did right here. This is what I want to see. He likes meta. Right now he's long. He wants to see it above 290, strong resistance. This is perfect. Kensington, welcome. Same deal. Anybody new? To those of you that are new, drop your email in the chat. We're going to send you a wonderful gift to your email so that you can get the full trading education course, all of the alerts, the full 90-day package, and we're going to give you $50 off because I love you. Because I love you. And if you could, before we dive in, dial in. We got, 23 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Come on. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get that to 30, 35, and then we'll get ripping and running. Just click it one time. Twice does not feel it nice. That lets us know that you're following along, you're engaged, and that you're benefiting from what we're giving you. If you do not follow along, if you do not understand, it's okay. Hit that thumbs up, engage, let us know, drop a comment in the chat. My goal is to help you. So let's get that up to 30. Come on now. We got like 50 people in here. Turn up, baby. Come on. Hit that thumbs up. There we go. We're at 26. 26. Can I get a 27? 27. Can I get a 27? 20, 27, 26. Somebody hit it twice. Only hit it once. There we go. We're 3 away. We're only 3 away. We just need 3 more thumbs up. Click that like button. Hit that thumbs up. Let us know you're listening. Let us know you love what's going on. Hit that thumbs up, baby. 29. One more and we're golden. There it is. 30. Let's dive into this. Come on now. So we're going to start with Snap, Dave. I'm going to get to you right after that. We're going to start with Snapchat here. I'm going to drop the ticker right here so my good friend MCJP can follow along. All right, so we're looking at the Snapchat chart here. I actually, as I discussed before on the previous live streams, so for those of you that new, here's what we do. We run through these charts. If you're lost, please stick around. We're going to be talking a little more beginner stuff, a little more trading psychology. If you don't understand the charts, it's okay. Just take it in and just watch and visually try to understand what we're saying. That's all I want you to do is watch visually at what's happening. Everyone here has a knack for pattern recognition to a degree, which means even if you don't understand what you're doing, you know how to draw lines, right? You know how to create these lines right here. If you pull up your brokerage on your chart, find support bounces, right? So support bounce, support bounce, support bounce, which means the price goes down, but the buyers come in and say, that's too low, pick it back up. And just put these lines on your chart, follow along just like me so that you can just start practicing the skill. Again, this is the tool. We're going to show you a little bit how to use it. If you want to dive in for real with the one-on-one guidance to fully understand it, again, I dropped that link. Drop your email in the chat. We'll send you a wonderful gift and a discounted link so that you can get the full trading education package complimentary with your membership. And that will be the one-on-one guidance that you need to really get through. All right, Steven said it looks blurry. You guys can you see the chart? Oops. I changed my camera, but that didn't do anything. Okay. Okay, can you guys see the chart here? Is that all right? Is it, somebody said blurry, Steven said blurry. You guys can see it okay? Can you see it okay? Maybe if I make it smaller here, there you go. I don't want to unlock Thinkorswim. Let me quit there, log off. There you go. Okay, can you guys, oh, it's definitely blurry. Can you guys, is it any better now? I just made it a lot smaller. Okay, good. Again, last time I'll say it, if you're new, drop your email in the chat. We're going to send you a gift, and we will make sure that you're signed up for our free watch list that gives you a weekly watch list and a daily watch list of the best stocks to buy and get to. Oh, you're on phone. Okay, I get that. All right, so let's dive into it. So we're looking at Snapchat here. We talked about a long entry. Long means you want to buy it with the hope that it continues to go up. Long here would look like somewhere we talked before. Remember, guys, we were talking about this back at, what was that, October, November, when this was bouncing at 733 and pushing back up. It was bouncing between about 7 and 12 pretty consistently, right? So we've got consolidation here. For those of you that are new, when you see the price tightening like this is an explosive move, right? This is volatility when the price just goes too far in either direction. When you see the price consolidating like this, it means there's a pretty tacit agreement between buyers and sellers that it's worth somewhere around this. And it usually means when you see these support bounces right here, 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 that the buyers are stronger because every time the sellers try to push it down, there are more buyers than sellers. So the price comes right back up. The importance to understanding that is so that you can find entries on stocks that are about to blow up that you can jump in on before the big move up, sit there, hold it, and relax. It's most beneficial for those of you working 9 to 5 that don't want to stare at a chart all day to find these quality entries. These are posted in the Discord. If you don't have access, I'm going to put that banner across the bottom. I don't think you could drop live links in the chat. I wish there could. I wish we could. You could jump in there. It's just discord.gg/pennyboys with an I. So going back to this chart, so we've liked this long and I'm not gonna post okay, yeah, sorry for those of you that don't want to. Nikki, can you just drop in the chat whatever email you're using so that they could send you an email? I understand that you don't want to pop your email out there. No worries, John. We got you. We're gonna post the email address. OG Nikki will post it. So just look in the comments for that, and you can just shoot the email there, and she'll send it over. So we've got this consolidation here. We've got these support bounces here. Volume has been fluctuating, but fluctuating to the upside. What does volume tell us? Let's hear it. I know a lot of you know this, but there's a lot of new people here, so let's help them out. Volume, fill in the blank. I know you guys know that. What does volume do? Volume always blank. I know you know the answer. I know you know the answer. I should have been a recording artist. I know. I'm just kidding. I can't sing. I wish I could. Nikki, just post whatever email you could use because I don't even know if some of these people are on Discord. That way they can get the access to it. I'll tell you one thing. Here, John, you guys can send it here. Send it to this email address. Just say, hey, I was on the live stream. Austin said that there was a gift and a discount for us. So just shoot that over and then we will send it over. Honestly, anybody new, send an email that I got you. We're going to hook you up today. So Jay Patel for the win. Volume always precedes a change in price. What does that mean? It means that as volume starts to come in while the price is not fluctuating all too much, right? See how the price is very tight here. It's going up and down, but in very small increments. As volume comes in, it's telling us that there is likely to be volatility coming, right? So again, as we discussed, volume will typically precede a change in price. That means as this price continues to consolidate, right? So there's buyers and sellers pushing it back and forth in small increments. The more volume that comes in, and ideally the volume color, right? So this is green, right? Buyers are coming in with strong volume. We want to see these green bars booming if we're taking the long position. Why? Because that's telling us that we're on the right side of the trade. We don't want to be on the wrong side of the trade. So what we look for is to see that increase in that influx in volume while the price stays relatively consistent. If the volume is bumping and the price is just going up, down in 20, 30% increments, that isn't going to help us. That means the move's already happening and we missed it. We want to get in these smart, well-managed, low-risk, high-reward trades before the move happens because that's how we get the low-risk, high-reward. So Snapchat, for example, this chart looks actually quite excellent. So you guys know how I roll with these EMAs. We have the 8-day, 13-day, and then the 200-day. We have the 34 on here too. So 8 days, 13 days, 34. All that is, exponential moving average, is basically just a line that shows you it measures the average price, right? Also weighted on volume with the EMA over the periods of time. So look at these lines like a ceiling and a floor. It's bouncing off the floor. It's bouncing off the ceiling, staying in between them. What we want to see are these shorter time frame EMAs, the one that measures 8 days and 13 days. We want to see those cross up and over the longer term. That's showing us that there's indication of reversal. RSI tells us momentum. Are buyers or sellers holding momentum? As you can see here, when Snapchat fell off a cliff, let's show you this right here. This is a good one. When Snapchat fell off a cliff, right? That's a 200-day moving average. That's a pretty long-term, consistent pivot point you can monitor. Volatility went up. RSI went to the sell side, right? So below 50 means sellers, above 50 means buyers. It came down as low as 22, which I think was oversold, but continued to pick back up. So you guys can see the RSI divergence here, right? Price continues downward here, but RSI does not dip as low as it did when we found that low at 733. That's telling us that even though price is coming down, it's an over-exaggerated move and it's not going to last. As we consolidate and move up, we start to see more strength. So see, every time the sellers push it down, see these big red candles with the wick, buyers scoop it back up. Look at there, no wick, which means buyers picked it up here, pushed it all the way up and held it there through close. Then they moved it up again and held it there. Now sellers came back in, but buyers are starting to pick back up again. Volume is tapering off. So we do want to see some more volume, but this also could be the calm before the storm. If we look at the past Snapchat chart, right, if we look back to 2017, 2018, and even 2019, that area 1140, 1143, call it 1190, 1194 is pretty significant support, right? Which means that since we're underneath that line, it is functioning as resistance. However, we've seen the price boom off of 1130, 1130, a little higher, and then 1041. So basically anywhere between 1030 and 1130, we've seen the buyers come back in and push the price up. Then we saw them do the same thing here. So all we're doing is going back in time and looking at what they did. And then we're indicating these levels as levels of strength or weakness for the trade outcome we want. So if we want this price to go up, we need to make sure that we can see from the same price as trading about 1082. We want to find occurrences of price bouncing off of, 10, 11 bucks and then shooting up. We found quite a few examples, which tells us it's very possible. So now we flip back to the right here and now. We see more volume coming in at this level. We see the buyers picking up strength. Sellers push down, but buyers pick back up. The RSI is telling us that we're venturing into buyers' strength of momentum. And we saw a strong bounce off of our indicated support at 771. Again, for those of you that are new, here's how I show you how to trade. We find these simple horizontal lines that we place, right, to create a range, a high and a low. Then what we do is we trade the low to the high, trade the high to the low. Very simple. The analysis doesn't have to be extremely complicated. You don't have to know how to use 37 chart tools. Everybody does it when they start with 100 indicators, trying to use fib fans, fib arcs, all this stuff. It's useful if you know what you're doing, but for the sake of this, we don't need it. I'm showing you the simplest strategies that will absolutely put you in the best position to make money if you follow them. It's the reason I've been doing this as long as I have and making money. So Snapchat breaks over. I don't care about this EMA. I'm watching past price, right? I want to see Snapchat over 1269. So here's what it is. Snap over. I'm going to post this in the chat. Make sure you guys are writing this in your notes or putting it on your chart so that you can remember this. So Snap over 1269. It's going to see. I think it's going to about 16 bucks. Basically, what we're saying is that when Snapchat breaks out over this resistance we've indicated, it is most likely to continue forward to 1630 or so. If it doesn't break that resistance, it means it's most likely to come back down and continue to consolidate off the lows or descend into nothingness, which is also very possible given the state of our current economy. But let's be hopeful. So that's Snapchat. That's what I like. We even can indicate some, I guess this would be RSI convergence in the long term. So if we go to like the monthly chart here, right? RSI bottoms at 30. Here's our low. This is the monthly chart, right? Here's our low, $4.82. Here's the low on RSI, 23.82, right? So RSI went down to 23. Let's look at where we're at off the recent low. We came down to about $7, but RSI was still above 30. That's convergence. It means that buyers are continuing to pick it up over the long term, right? This is the monthly chart. That's how you know. So you know you're in a good spot. But if we go more granular to the daily, right, this is how we can identify our entries. So again, strong support bounce off the sell-off. We're heading back to 1240 or so. So look, I didn't even see this, and I can already tell you. So if we can break above this yellow line that's swooping down here, right, we'll more than likely see this gap filled. See back here? See, this is called a gap. It means that the price closed at a certain point and then it opened way below. meaning it didn't even fill that area, right? Price just fell off a shelf. Those gaps that it leaves in the chart allow for very quick volatility and price action, phenomenal price action that can rip through those areas, right? Because they weren't filled. So I think we have a gap opportunity to 1346 just so much as we have one to about $20. So I have these lines here on the chart. Those are the targets I was aiming for should we finally break out. But again, phenomenal double bottom setup here. As long as this holds up, it could be a nice tasty golden goose. So I know some of you dropped tickers in the chat. Let me answer this question really quick. Jag, what's going on? What's your opinion on calls for inverse ETFs that track tech, for instance? SOXX, new options. So that is one strategy, but it's important to remember that those leveraged ETFs are also leveraged. And the options volatility you're going to get versus the risk you have to take is not going to be as favorable as, say, trading the SPY, which is heavily tech, or the QQQs, right, which is all tech. I would venture to say that there are a number of strategies you can deploy that work a lot more efficiently than just going calls on inverse ETFs. For example, if you think that the market is going to come down, right? So you're essentially short on tech. I would say that like a bear put spread would be the most efficient way to take advantage, right? Alternatively, some of the other option strategies we deploy are the bullish, the bull put spread, which is basically selling the options to an unsuspecting buyer, meaning you're going to sell puts knowing that price is most likely going to keep going up. And guess what? You put up a little bit of collateral and you keep the rest. Passive income. It's like owning real estate, except you don't have to put any money down, or you don't have to put tens of thousands of dollars down and maintain a building. It's delightful. And we have the guy to teach you that is the swinging bull. Our lifetime members have been getting an intensive 3 hours every Wednesday deep dive into these beginner through advanced option spreads. If you're not in lifetime and you're a serious options trader with more than $5,000 in your account, I would jump in there because it's going to pay for itself in probably less than a month. So make sure you take advantage of that, because those lifetime deep dives are just absolute money. I've already seen the results. I know Snowflake, some of those other guys will show you unbelievable results. So to answer your question, I would definitely join the Discord if you're not in, and take the free options trading education courses, or you could drop your email in the chat, or you could send an email here and I'll send you the discount code so you get the full trading education course for free. Where did I put that email? You could send an email to this email. Just send us an email, say, hey, I was on the stream. Austin said I can get a discount and free access to a bunch of stuff, and they'll send it right to your email if you don't want to post your email. So I say that to illustrate that there are hundreds of different ways to trade different stocks, both long and short, using options. But there are a few that are the most effective and carry the least amount of risk. And those are the ones that we teach and we trade. And rather than taking an hour to explain all that, just jump in there. You get access to all of it. It'll be the best thing you ever did in your life. Trust me. So let's see. Drop those tickers in the chat. We are going to dive into these charts. Let's just get right into some smash or pass. But again, I want to see your guys' opinions. We're going to do meta for my good friend Dave here, and then I want to see yours in the chat. I want to know the ticker, why you like it, or what you like about it, and whether you're long or short based on the current chart. That's what I want to see. This is going to be a good game of skill and chance to test your knowledge. Test your knowledge. I'm going to move me so you can see the full chart. All right, VCIG, Mullish on the MACD. All right, we got it flowing in. Thank you, my friend. It doesn't show me your name because this Facebook user. Let's look at meta. So let's see what Dave. Wow, this chart is just an absolute arrow. Unbelievable. Dave's talking about a long position. He wants to see it above 290. And then he said strong resistance from 2020, 2021. Let's go to the weekly here. Absolute bang up job of a bounce. If you haven't checked out Rest and Retire, last shameless plug, you can find it on our website. Nikki, if you could drop the link to Rest and Retire, my man, Mr. Stock Lock Profits. I believe he alerted this. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he alerted this at like $110, basically right here, same place I was talking about the support bounce. I think he alerted at like $110. This thing has ripped over 100%. Rest and retire is our long-term growth trades that are meant to just buy, hold, and sit and wait. And he has absolutely crushed those to the point where the portfolio that I'm tracking those trades with is up like 61% on just simple buy and hold long-term growth companies. So first of all, round of applause to the man himself. Phenomenal job. If you haven't checked out Rest and Retire, you need to. I think it's only $10 a month. This is or $15 a month at most. You can just buy the year and you get a few months free. Unbelievable content, unbelievable depth of research report. Check it out. Meta. So I see what you're talking about here. Let's see where that ends up. I like that, about 295, give or take, right? Give or take a few bucks. I see what you're talking about as long-term resistance. So I'd say that like 300, which just to recap, guys, there are both psychological points of resistance and also like points of resistance based on past price action. Sometimes they're one and the same. And I would argue that for Meta, we got that about 303. $300 is going to be the price that is going to be the key resistance prior to a breakout if we see it, or it'll be the key resistance that knocks us back down to the floor. So, quick drink of coffee because I've just been ripping and running on this. God, I love you guys. This is fantastic. I'm so glad I came back to do the stream. It's been a blast. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to cheers. I mean it. You guys mean a lot to me and everyone else here. I know it. COVID was a rough time. We all found each other. We built a community, and it's absolutely wonderful to still see it thriving even years after. You guys are the best. And I appreciate you very much so. It's such a creepy voice, but I love it. I find myself doing it all the time. Even if I'm talking to my kids, I feel, might wig them out. Who knows? So Dave's talking above 290, which I do agree with, right? So if you look at about 280, we have some resistance, and then 287.88, and then 290. Obviously, that's what Dave indicated. That's a pretty critical point. I'm going to scoot that up a little, Dave, and I'm going to call that, I'm going to call that 295 because I do like right here, right? I want to know where the buyers lost momentum. That's what I care about most. Where the sellers came in strong, to me, it doesn't help you as much because I don't know. I just feel like where the sellers come in can vary. Like, look here, right? Sellers came in crazily, 218 and 208, 223, right? But in this case, as we're talking a long position, we need to gauge the strength of the buyers before we care about what the sellers have to offer, right? It's who has more bullets loaded in their gun. And I would argue that if the longs are running out of bullets at 294, let's wait and see what they do at that same price level this time, because usually they can garner enough momentum to blast through if they can best those previous highs of where they were able to close price. So we look at Meta, unbelievable support bounce again. Lee crushed this trade. Absolutely phenomenally strong chart. Volume starting to dwindle here. So RSI bumped its head at about 78. Right now, here's the only thing. We found new high on RSI, even though price is not new high. What that tells us is that we have a little bit of divergence going on here. Unless this continues, it's telling us that it's a little overbought here and is likely to come back down. Here's what I will be watching. I will be watching, call it 250s. I will be watching for, I would like to see a rejection here. I'm going to draw this out. Remember, I know you guys enjoy the drawing. I would like to see a rejection here. It might pop a little bit. And then I want to see it consolidate back down and trade along this line until it eventually pushes back up. This area right here. this will be my buying zone on this one for a continuation position. I would love to see anywhere between like 260 and 250, give or take. We don't really want to see it below 244, but anywhere pretty much anywhere in there, I would like to buy off of a bump against, so a resistance test and fail, right? And then we want to see the support test come in and succeed. That tells us that okay, we're entering a new arena of price and buyers are strong. This should be a good time. This should be a good party to be at. At which point then we'll be aiming for probably 330, 350. We can make some phenomenal money. Those are the calls we traded last time. Remember, we traded this back in 2021. We had the support bounce here. We traded the 350 calls, made 300%. I intend to do the exact same thing this year. Wash, rinse, repeat, baby. So that's what I like on Meta. So Dave, looks like you and I are on the same page, my friend. Good call. All right, let's look at this. Baba Long, the Devastator. Let's take a look at Alibaba. And after this one, guys, we're going to dive into the SPY because I know a lot of you come here just for that. So I want to make sure you get that just in case you don't have a lot of time on your hands and you need to head on out. I know some of us got children and families or jobs to deal with. All right, so we're looking at the Baba chart here. Alibaba. Let's get rid of all this nonsense. Okay. So what do we have here? Okay, you said 120 long, 119. So that's the options contract you're liking. AI tools coming, restructure. I do agree with that. Here's what I like more. So who could tell me what we have on this chart right now? It played out exactly as we said it would. I don't know if anybody recalls, but we mapped out this chart pattern and we talked about this right here. We talked about this zone right here, and we predicted with stunning accuracy that price would come right back to about 80 bucks, hence why this blue line's here, and that would be our buying opportunity. But why? Why is this the buying opportunity? Why is this a low risk, high reward position right here? Somebody tell me. What do you see on this chart right now? I'll wait. What do you see? Come on, hit those comments. What do you see on this chart? There it is, kicking ass, taking names. He's on it. Quick interruption, by the way. When this video ends, if you guys would, I want your feedback. Come back to the video and leave a comment on the video after it's posted. Let me know if you have charts, if you don't have a lot of time and you want a chart done next week. Here's what we're going to start doing. Go back to this video after it's posted, as like it's done when it's not live anymore. Go back and leave a regular YouTube comment with like either some things you liked about the stream, but more importantly, drop the tickers or the questions that you have in that video, and then we'll make sure that we cover them either before then or on the next Sunday stream. That way, before we get started, I can go back to that video, look at all those tickers, and have those all lined up, ready to go, so we get through this very quickly. You are right, my friend. You know, it's crazy. I know a guy named Jonathan Wyrick. It's a very similar name. Everything except for the ath. It's ick instead of ath. That's pretty cool. Nice to meet you, my friend. So you're absolutely right. So Mike P, same thing. Inverse head and shoulders, strong buyers at bottom. Here's how we know. Look at this volume right here. Look at this volume right here. Look at this volume coming in right here. This is becoming demand zone, right? So that means that buyers think that it's undervalued here and that there's upside opportunity. Given the nature of our geopolitical climate right now, China does pose some risk in terms. You do pose a little bit of additional risk with some of the Chinese markets, because I don't think I definitely don't have as much of a pulse on that. That's a Prime Patrick situation. I don't know if he's here, but that's a Prime Patty. He's all about that geopolitical nonsense. He's dialed into that stuff. So, Baba, I'm going to type the analysis here. Make sure to add this to your notes. And again, We're going to be putting out some alerts on these. Make sure you get your premium access signed up because they're all going to be pushed through, sent to the Discord, sent to your phone, whatever you sign up for. But all the alerts will be posted in premium. You'll have full access as long as you jump in. So we must hold $80 and over 87. So I'm typing it right in here. So here's what we need to see on Baba. This support at 80 must hold. We need to break above this 87 and change. And then this is kind of our final boss right here. Long-term resistance dating back to February of this year. We need to go above $90, right? And then we're going to be going 104, and we'll probably just stair step up to 120 until we inevitably at 130. Looking at the daily, we don't want to see this come down and test support again. We really don't want to see it. That would indicate some weakness, and I wouldn't like it. We have a beautiful inverted head and shoulders. Boom, boom, boom. The right shoulder, when it's an inverted head and shoulders, that is a bullish signal, right? In most cases, it's a bullish signal. And you always want to be buying on the top, or I guess the bottom in a sense, of that right shoulder. You want to be buying there because that is the newest low it is going to create before it rips to the upside. So we've got our neckline here. Let's map this out because this is going to be a pretty important point right here. So we've got our neckline right there. Let's add some text so you know, so you can map this out. So this is our neckline right here. Why does that matter? Well, it matters because as this formation rounds out, well, I guess you could argue this is the neckline, but this is the double top. So I'm going to go with this. I mean, you could look at 101. I guess $100 will be one, but the big one is 119, right? So as this thing comes back up, if it breaks through this neckline right here, then we're talking about our next target being about 160 and change, right? So that means this thing could absolutely rip and run 100% plus if it can break through these indicated levels. Again, save this on your chart, type this in your notes, make sure you understand it. I'm doing this for you so that you can watch these yourself, follow along, and make some money. Let's go. Oh, we're not going target yet. We're going SPY. I promised. So we've got our SPY mapped out here. Would you look at this? We're right again. So for those of you that are new, we've been mapping out SPY since I started this stream at the beginning of the year. Here's how accurate those price levels have been. Here's how much it's followed it, right? This is not a difficult game to play if you know the rules and you're disciplined enough to manage risk. That's what we do, is we walk you through exactly how to do it. We got that breakout. Just kidding. That was a fake out. Came back down and is testing support right where we indicated, right? 430s. Remember, we've got this very significant bright red line of resistance. That was our long-term resistance that we were waiting for that to break. That's why when it broke, we traded calls. And those, just by the way, we talked about buying those 450 calls as it broke above this resistance for, I think we said a month out, a minimum. Those calls were up like, I think 300 or 400% if you took them. Those are not alert in Discord, but they were what we talked about trading on this live stream. So bravo if you took them. I sadly did not. Just missed my chance. So we broke out. We found a new high. RSI topped out at about 77. That's good. That's a lot of strength. We have our next critical point here at about 451 and change, right? We want to see that break. What I think we have happening here is I think we got our nice cup and we're going to have a nice handle. Look at how beautifully that would play out. Let's take a step back and look at this. This is why technical analysis can be wonderful, because you can predict these moves and be prepared for the outcome so that you get max benefit. Let's say that this is the cup forming here, right? On a cup and handle, you'll always see push, break. So this would be not necessarily our neckline, but the top of our cup, right? Price broke above it. Always a good sign. RSI looks strong and healthy. Okay, great. Consolidated moves, good. Now, what we need to see is our handle. And I think if we see that handle come down, we conveniently have this long-term trending resistance, which was resistance, but since we're now above that resistance, it is becoming, what does it become? When the price breaks above resistance and maintains its bullishness, what does it do to that past resistance? What does that past resistance become? What does it become? What do you become? Come on, what does it become? Past resistance becomes future blank. Fill in the blank. Mr. Knight, support. That is correct. So since we have this long-term trending resistance, right? We see this cup forming here, right? It looks too good to be true. Not too good to be true. It's just spot on. And now, what do we have? If we see this handle play out, this is the area, you guys, we need to be eyeing between 427 and call it 432. That is where we will be looking at our next opportunity, which will once again probably be the 450 calls because those will be priced well. We're going to wait right here. And then we're going to look at, I would say, I want to go like September, November. So we'll probably have to open a spread to lower the cost. But I do think we'll need about 90 days of time on those. Hello, Pookie. So I will be mapping out that trade in the Discord for you guys. I just wanted to bring it up, put it in front of you, because when I was looking at the charts earlier before the stream, I saw this cup forming, and it just looked absolutely delightful. I couldn't believe it. My mind was blown. My boo was shaking in my boots, and I realized if this cup plays out and we get a handle here, it's going to be conveniently pressed right on. It just makes sense that the chart would play out this way. I would say it's the most likely outcome here because that past support was pretty significant and we blew through it, which means it's more than likely going to turn over to support. So we will be, these will be trades I'll be posting in Discord. We'll be looking at some calls. If we break this resistance test, we'll definitely be looking at some puts. I'll identify those targets in the Discord. And I know Swinging Bull will probably have some option spreads for you guys to sell, make some passive income while you wait. So once again, please drop the tickers in the chat that you want to dial in on the chart. What I ask is, what's the ticker? Are you bullish or bearish on it, and why? That's all I want to know. If you're new to this stream, if you just joined, type your email in the chat or just say new. We will reach out. We have some free stuff for you, some free gifts just for you. All right. Let's look at this. Steph said, I've been eyeing COF for calls after dumping my puts. It sounds way back up, though. So what do you like? What do you tell me, Steph? What do you like about this chart right now? What's calling to you through the ether and saying, Steph, buy calls. This looks good. What do you like about this chart right now? Tell me. Tell me. Speak to me. Share with me. What do you like about it? What do you see in here? God, I wish there was a way I wish I had someone just managing StreamYard so I could just bring you in and we could just talk about it. It'd be way easier than waiting for the chat. So I'll wait for that answer. You type it and we'll come back to this one. I saw another. All right, Kicking Ass said Disney. I hope I got a few above that. I saw you guys. I'll get back into those. Disney long approaching bottom of support. Let's take a quick look at what Walt Disney has to offer. So here's what I would say about Disney. We're going to go the weekly because it's a long-term chart. You don't trade this short-term, in my opinion. This is like you want to take a sizable position. Sellers are strong right now. And I would argue that we are not necessarily holding support. If it were to be a support hold, I think it would have been where I had already mapped out on this chart. I've been watching this one quite a bit. It would have been right around 90, 91. I think right now, Disney Disney is primed and could very potentially see as low as 75, 76. So I'd be very careful with this one. I personally don't like this long right now. I think that it poses too much risk here, and sellers seem to be in control. Look at that volume. Sellers are just cleaning up here. So unless you see something like this where the buyers just step in and this thing rips, oh, that was 2020. Sellers are coming in hot here. So I'd be very careful with this one. Very careful. Someone on Facebook said VCIG bullish on the MACD. Got you. Let's take a quick look. Whoa, what in the hell? Yeah, it is, but this is madness. So this must be a new IPO. Volume is not great. So it went from 270 to 11. So it went up like 400 or 500%. Then 474 to 784. This looks like a pump dump supreme. If anything, I would wait for this 200 EMA test and I would buy that support bounce and then take that as a long trade. If it doesn't hold there, then I would get out fast. Be very careful with this one. But hey, Mike, mark this one though. Let's keep an eye on this one because I do think if you get that if it comes down and we get a nice, let's put it on the 4 hours so we can get a more accurate view. Yeah, I think that if we get a nice like $5 support bounce, this thing could be okay. But look at that volume; it just absolutely disappeared. This is definitely traders pump, dump, rip, run. Be careful. Be very careful. Jonathan asks thoughts on Hood and Roku leaps. So I have. I'm assuming you're in the Discord actually, because that's too convenient of a question since those were two trades specifically that I was talking about and really like. So what we're looking at on Robinhood right now, okay, we've gone through this chart one quite a bit. We're going to look at this monthly chart. Yes, we're going to go that far out. Still in extremely oversold territory. What's happening? Right now, we're trying to see if buyers can push price above $10 and hold there. Should they be able to, then I think our next real challenge is going to be above like 1150, 12 up to 18. Once we are able to break above, I would say like $12, I think we have a lot of upside ahead of us because we flew through this zone so quickly. We have a lot of opportunity for upside, and I think we're going to get it. We have are they 2025? I think they are. So we have a ton of time on expiration for those leaps. I'm not going to on the Robinhood one specifically for the 2025s that do not have a stop in place. Those are just I'm sitting on them. I got enough time that I could very slowly layer into that position and make some money. Let's take a quick look at Roku. Right now, same thing. Look at this monthly chart. Roku was really pushing back up. Buyers are coming in. Volume's coming in. We're still a bit oversold here. As long as we could stay above this line I put right here, right? This is the critical line, this 56 and change. As long as we stay above that, we're pretty much golden. But I also understand that those of you that don't want to take a lot of risk, that scares you. So we could see that it's picked up right here at about $60, which would be the bottom of this range right here. So we're going to go ahead and mark this, right? It's picking up this previous range that we saw all through here. Let's see, do we have that before? We might have it before. Let's look at the weekly. Yes, we do. So this range, I would say we qualified back in 2018, and then this range held and was important in 2019, and then this range was also held and very important in 2020, and it was our low. So this current range we're trading in right now is very important to understand because it is basically our Goldilocks zone of opportunity that also will indicate when it's time to take the risk off the table if the play is not working out. On the daily, you can see that this area of consolidation held for a while and then sold off. We want to see buyers come in with steam, just like we did right here. So back on February 2023 and February 16th, yes, right after Valentine's Day, We had our strongest volume day in a while after earnings. And then we had some more buying after the most recent earnings, which is telling you one thing. People think Roku's undervalued here, and they will continue buying because earnings have been favorable, or they're just optimistic on the long-term outlook. So, like I said, I am going to be watching this like above 59, 60 bucks. I'm in the game. I'm playing here and I'm ready to ride. If we can't hold, we're going to come down to 55, 56, and then we're going to test support again. If we can't hold that, then it's as low as 50. I would not hold through all that volatility. I would simply watch this zone here at about 60 and take that into consideration on whatever it is you're holding so that you can be careful. All right, Steph updated us on the COF. Let's go back there. I don't even know what is that Capital One. Heard some pretty positive customer experience stories with Capital One. All right, so we've got that. Let me just do some shucking and jabbing here. Okay. Let's see. Yep, we were right. So here's your critical points to watch in terms of price. 111, 102. So you got basically a $10 window here. You need this to break above 111. Bullish, great, awesome, good. If it cannot hold 102, you are going to probably come down to 95 and then maybe even test this bottom dollar support around 89.90. You don't want to see that happen. Why? Because I would argue that the sentiment for banks right now is already not very positive, and seeing weak price action would scare the hell out of a lot of buyers. Also looks like you got a nice little head and shoulders forming here, which you got left shoulder, head, right shoulder, down, boom. So be very careful with that. Those chart patterns aren't always guaranteed, but they do typically play out more than they don't. So I would say that right here on this one, this is a stay away for the longs. I think that this is probably, it's neutral enough that I wouldn't take a bearish position, but I would say that should it break 102, I would definitely become a bear and I would aim for like 90 bucks. That's just my opinion. Oh, we're already at 8:15. All right, let's wrap this up with a game of smash or pass. Let's rapid fire these charts so that we can dial in on some trades. Last one I'm going to do for the deep dive. We're not done yet, but for the deep dive is and Steph, definitely join the Discord if you're not in there. We're always analyzing different sectors, posting our thoughts, analysis, and our trade ideas all at once. I think for a trader who seems to have picked up on this stuff quick, it will definitely benefit you. So, oh, what is this? This is not Tesla. Jeez. Welcome, Diana. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. We have a gift for you. If you want to drop your email in the chat, we're going to be sending out an email with some access to our free watch list, some of our free resources, and then also $50 off if you would like to take advantage of the full trading education course and all of the live alerts. Alternatively, you can send an email to this email at the bottom of the screen if you don't feel comfortable posting your email. Steph, shoot us an email because we've got some, if you were with us before, we've made some advancements and the website is now functional. You can manage and receive all the alerts through the website without ever touching Discord. That was the point. For those of you that weren't big fans of Discord, I totally understand. But welcome, Diane. Like I said, shoot an email, say, hey, I was on the stream. I was told I can get some free stuff and a discount. Send it over and we will send it over. So here we've got Tesla, right? We have those long calls right here because sellers came in with volume and couldn't push down past 252 support. I like that. I think it's an indication of strength. And I think that given the current outlay of what's been happening in both the economy and the car economy and the macro economy, I do think Tesla has some more upside. Whenever we see Tesla rip and look at this volume, it's incredibly substantial. Here's why. If we go to the monthly on Tesla, look at that volume. Look at those ravenous buyers coming in and saying, yes, please, daddy loves some Tesla. Look at them. They crave it. And so what we're doing is praying that we do not see the right shoulder form here at 300 bucks and then see it come back down to like 170. Possible. I'm hoping we don't, but just so that everyone can be aware of the possible outcomes, that is definitely an option that's on the table. RSI bounce 35. I like that. We need to see that RSI breaking above 61 and then 75, which means momentum is strong. If we stay above 252, I definitely think we're going to test 300 bucks. If we can test 300 bucks, then it's just kind of a short path to 350 plus. So again, monthly chart here, we're looking very strong. Nice support bounce here. We need to see this continue to push up past 276 and then 300. We did fill this gap. Now we need to fill this one back up to 299. So it's also possible that we re-enter a little consolidation between 220 and 250. I'm not going to be worried if we do. I would like to see it. I welcome it. I invite it. However, if we hold above 252, we're just going to keep ripping. Look at the last time we were trading in this exact same area. I'm going to do the rectangle because it makes it really easy to follow. Sorry. Look at the last time we were trading in this area, guys. 252, boom. Take a look at that. 252, boom. Then we tested it as resistance, right? And now it turned over to support. Boom, 300 plus. Then we fell through and broke to the downside. But we have almost 300. Yeah, 300. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. This is escalated. That stock price has boomed from this exact same level, 250 to 300. Again, remember, we are simply trying to map out these macro patterns, use them to our advantage, and then take the right trades that make sense, that play out the way we need them to. Simple as that. Does that make sense? We've got the same area. Look at this area. Look at how fruitful this area is on Tesla. Look at this. Come on. Look how fruitful this area is. A lot of volatility. We've seen price escalate from 250 to 300. Boom, 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 a few times. So taking our smartest trade here is taking long position above 250, aiming for 300. That's why we have those options trades out that we have right now. And in the past, it's done it in 3 to 5 days, or I'd say less than a week. So we've got some strength here. Let's see it continue. Again, below 250. More than likely, we're coming back down to 220s. Stay above 250, we're ripping to 300. You heard it here first. We already have our long position. The alert's been posted in the Discord. The exact options contract I'm currently trading. I think we're going to make some money off that. We've already had 2 Tesla trades, guys. I hope you guys have followed them. We've taken 2 long Tesla trades over the last 2 months, both of which have gone over 250%. The first one, if you still held, because expiration was June 30, that thing went up like 800%. I didn't hold through that. I sold when I was mentioning in the Discord, but for anybody that held like if you bought 3 or 4 and sold them all and kept one, unbelievable. You made like 800% on those. Unbelievable. So that's Tesla. So let's play a little smash or pass. Just drop a ticker in the chat. You don't have to type anything else. Just the ticker, just the ticker. We're going to play a quick game of smash or pass so that we can wrap this up here. I want you to make some money, make some bread, have some fun, make some friends. So let's see them. And yes, Mike, we got to figure that out. We got to figure this situation out. So we get a soundboard. Or honestly, maybe you just come kick it here on Sundays and you run the soundboard. I don't know. Either or. So drop your tickers in the chat. We're going to play a quick game of smash or pass, looking at the tickers that you like and saying whether we like them for a long position right now or not. Again, this is smash or pass. Is it time to go long? Drop the ticker in the chat, and we will dig into it. Cloudy Farms, that a boy. I like that trade. Like I said, man, over 250, 250. That's our price to beat, right? We got to stay above 250. That trade is good as long as we're holding above 250. If we dip below 248, do not panic. If we crater and close below 250, that's not good. So if we're trading at like 247 before close, kill it. Kill it. So drop your tickers in the chat. We're going to play a quick game of smash or pass to see which stocks we like for a long position, meaning we're buying it, holding it so that it continues going up. I want to see your thoughts. Which ones do you like? Drop them in the chat. Drop them in the chat. All right, we're going to start here. We just did Tesla. We're going to talk Nike for All right, we've got Nike right here. Let's see, zooming out. Let's go to the weekly. Let's be sensible. Let's be smart here. Unbelievably strong chart here on Nike. This one has just been an absolute monster. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that magnificent run, right? Resistance turns over to support and holds for multiple years until finally coming down low enough that we did fail, right? On September of 22, we came down to about 80 bucks. So we can map that one out as well because we like to see those strong rejections there. It correlates to our previous resistance, right? So if we look at these as just horizontal ranges, this is the bottom range. This is above. This is our pivot point, right? Below this line, coming down. Above this line, going up. If we stay and manage this trend line here, Nike has some long potential. So I'm going to say actually kind of like it. I don't like that it's coming and dipping below the 200 day on the weekly. If we go to the monthly, we can see that we do have pretty significant resistance here and potential downside to 60. We don't want to see that. We really don't want to see that. If this becomes dead cat bounce, that's no good. But I would argue that the 2020 run was just too much, right? We should have just continued consolidating along this line and continuing to go up as Nike has seen growth. But we didn't. So what do we have here, right? We had a huge sell-off. We had a strong push up with decent volume, and now we're here, trending right above support. We have to hold. We need to be above 116. So I'm long on Nike above 116. Otherwise, bye-bye. Don't want to see it. I'm going to say this will be a smash over 116. Good to go. Again, this is the monthly chart, so I trust it. I love it. Nike will be a smash over 116. Otherwise, it's a pass, baby. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Yes, I was talking, Cloudy. I was talking on the daily chart, or just send me a DM in Discord. I can kind of elaborate a little bit so it's not confused. To CAC, you're getting a 2-for-1. We're going to talk coin because this one is unbelievable right now. I did just put out a coin trade. I do like going to the daily to start. Very strong move following the crypto run that's happening right now, along with their recent Supreme Court case that I believe they won or it was overturned or whatever happened. They came out the victor. We saw strength coming off of this support that we've identified in the past, 56.63. Remember, we were talking about it back here as being our kind of core base of support, and then it was our resistance. Coinbase, this chart looks absolutely exceptional on almost every time frame except for the monthly. It looks pretty weak, right? So same like Robinhood and all those other charts, it's oversold. But if we go the daily, look at this. Inverted head and shoulders played out. This is the bottom of the right shoulder, guys. We've talked about this. Talked about this pattern a few times here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. We're looking at the daily chart here, right? If you go to the weekly, very similar. You see the same thing. We need to see it break above 63. Then we climb. So 63 to 75. This is a coin Smashtastic Voyage. Looking for, what are those price levels again? So it's about 60. We'll call it 64, 75, and then 95. So 64, 75. And I posted the exact alert in the Discord. If you're in there, you have access to it. If you're not, you do not. You need to sign up and get it. We got coin. We like coin. It looks good. It looks tasty. It looks like it has upside opportunity. This is the weekly chart, inverted head and shoulders. Volume is picking up. Sell side came in strong, and they weren't able to win the battle. Buyers came in with strength. Again, off the back of the crypto run and the Supreme Court case victory, it is looking good for Coinbase right now. To continue knocking it out, Richards asks for ATVI. Oh, Blizzard Activision. My dad is all over this. He's been all over this. I know he was buying this at like $72 for the potential merger, and he was loving the upside. And I personally am a fan too. So if we go to the weekly chart, unbelievably strong chart. This thing has traded and trended above. I know. I don't know if she's here, but one of our biggest OGs in the world. She was, I believe, long on this from like 30, $40. Unbelievable. TNT, you're the boss. Extremely bullish here on the weekly. So look at this consolidation right here. We've got buyers coming in with strength. Sellers pushed us down. 200-day EMA held up well, even though sell volume was strong. Buyers are starting to pick back up. and get involved. We saw significant buying back here. Back in was at 2019, and then the same thing we saw back in right around 2017. And then here's the only thing that kind of spooks me is why did we not see significant buying come in here? So relative to the past, it was strong. But why didn't we see significant amount of buyers around 50 or 60? That's my only concern here, guys. The only one. Doctor, I did cover Hood. If you scroll back like 10 minutes, we will be posting the video with the timestamps and everything, so you'll be able to jump on it. But if you go back like 10 minutes, I believe we talked about it. Just rewind until you see the ticker like right here. We have some buyers coming in at 72, 73. I like this one. I'm going to go ahead and say good call. I'm glad you brought this up. Long. Oh, and smash. Smash. Yeah, this one's getting a firm smash. This one's getting a firm smash. I do like this chart a lot, actually. MC, throw this on that. Throw this in our thread so we can take a look at this too, because this it's not extremely options friendly, but there's some opportunity here. Definitely opportunity here. We go to the monthly. Wow, or even stronger. Look at that monthly chart. This thing is a monster. Unbelievable. Damn, I wish I'd have bought it at 40 bucks. It's one of the ones I looked at. This is when I was just straight up investing. I wasn't even trading all that much. Unbelievable chart here. What strength? True test is over 83 bucks. If it breaks over 83, then I'm definitely a bull and I will jump in that party. If it doesn't, I could definitely see it coming down because it's been just going for so long. That is some nice consolidation, though. My voice is almost gone. Oh, two more. We're going to do, I'm suggesting them myself. Target. I think we scoop bottom here. Again, I posted this trade in the Discord. You guys are already in it. You're watching it. You're looking at it. You're loving it. I hope, because we scooped the bottom. We were buying down to 120 was indicating the alert. We only saw as low as 125, 124 and change. I got some orders filled at 125, 126. Good deal. We are currently went up to 137. That was almost up 7-8% for a long-term trade. That's phenomenal. Looking at the monthly chart here, again, we talked about this bottom of the channel is right here, right? So we could see 120 or lower. But I'm going to keep buying there. Only if we break below that will I cut it loose. We need to see a push up to 150, at which point we'll hit our targets and make our money. But that's what we're looking for. That's the monthly chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Right now on the daily, we have some significant resistance, call it 139. And we're playing right here with some volume coming in, but we really need to see it flow here. We need to see this thing gap up, rip, and run just like it did right here. If we get another strong move up like that, I think we push through this zone and we could be seeing 150, no problem. Again, when you have such crazy volatility through this zone, it booms. It looks like 137. Let's map that. That looks good. Looks like 137 and change. That's going to be the pivot point here. So once we break above this, I think we're going to easily push back to 150s. If we can't break above this, then we might not go up much at all. We might actually come down and test our bottom, find a new low. Let's hope we don't. Let's hope we don't, but we might. So always be prepared. Always be prepared. If you're catching us late and you're new, please jump in with us. And I'm going to post it one more time. I'm going to post this email. I'm going to show you the email to send an email to this email, especially if you don't want to post your own. Just say, hey, Austin said there were some free watch lists available and a discount code. Send it to me because I want some free stuff and I want all of your trading tools and trading education course so that you can absolutely crush it. We're going to be giving that away for some free stuff, some discounts. I'm feeling very generous. I just want to get you guys in the door and get you started with everything you need. You need it. You need it. It's for you. I want to see you guys thrive. So, what? Oh, I had another one than Target, but my mind is gone. Oh, there she is. Shopify. We have made over 300, about 250, 250% on this options trade. Look at that support pickup. Even on a bloody week, guys, this thing still held its support. We want to see that test of 70 bucks coming here. And after that, the bulls have the reign and we shall go. I can't wait to see how far this trade's going to go. I think it was one of our best and most well-executed trades, guys. Unbelievable. We were buying this at 30 bucks. Equity is up 100%. You rarely see that in such a short time. Our options trade is up over 250% and still going. We have a lot of expiration left. I think we're going to easily see this thing back up to the mid 70s. What we're going to be doing when we finally break 70, 71 is we're going to be exploring some longer term 2025 leaps that I think will also pay us very handsomely. Remember, we want to keep moving the expiration as the chart goes. We walk through all the alerts and post them for you live in the Discord. Pidgey, send an email to this email. We'll get you full access. We'll throw in the trading education stuff for free. You can get in there, find the alerts, and have everything you need to get rolling, baby. You don't have to pay market tuition to the options. Basically, you can either pay your tuition to the market with your losses, or you can make a small investment in yourself and continue to grow your money. It's basically up to you guys. Let's see. We're going to do one more. MU Micron. Coming in there. Strong earnings, coming off of strong earnings. We had a huge push up, 70, mid 70s, following in the path of NVIDIA. I want to go to the monthly here. We got rejected at 69. I think that's going to be our pretty critical price point, ironically, where we are going to have to see some upward momentum. If trend holds, I'd like to see that hold right there. Looks like it had pretty strong support pickup. Buyers are buying well above that price point, so that'd be like a safe entry. We moved quickly on very low volume here. I don't like that because the sellers came in and just beat it back down. But relative to the last couple years, volume is quite strong. And I would say that if we can hold support here, this chart's got some life and some opportunity, and you very well could see this being, oh, there it is. Is that it? Is that what's happening here, you guys? Bloop, 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 bloop. Is that what this is? Look, cup and handy right there. Very well could be. Let's watch that. Let's watch that support bounce right there. I like this. We're actually trading right above support. Let's watch that for all of you options traders. That's a phenomenal one to start with. Let's see. Thoughts on RTX? Yeah, I got you, buddy. Raytheon. You know Dick Cheney? Do you know Dick Cheney? Is he a Raytheon guy? I feel like he's involved in anything military and weapons. Let's just be honest here. Old Dick. Oh, I will say I was looking at this office space and I walk in. This guy's like 89, right? He's been in the game a long time. First of all, I looked, he had like a $200,000 Rolex on. It was amazing. I was like, oh my God, dude. Unbelievable. So the guy's crushes. Super nice, super sweet, older guy. Then I look on the wall. There he is golfing with like 3 different presidents. And the best part, he's got a signed picture from Joe Pesci addressing him personally, saying, it was so great golfing with you. Can't wait to see you next year. Unbelievable. I would have never have thought. Like meeting this guy would have blown your mind. Like there he is on Air Force 2 with George Bush Sr. Unbelievable. You never know. The good old boys club. All right. So Raytheon, wow, what the hell? I don't even know what that was. That was 1992. So was that their IPO? I don't know what that is. Huge military contract. So above 72, this thing's golden. And honestly, with the current landscape of potential war at every turn, I mean, hey, this might not be a bad one. So Raytheon needs to stay above this. Look at this support line right here. So this is our past resistance, right? So we want to see the price stay above this so that it can continue upward. Boom, 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 boom. I would say that this one is definitely, it's going to get a smash from me because Dick Cheney had said a low. Let's say smash above 100. I would say that's pretty reasonable. Smash above 100, and this one could be tender and tasty. Because if you look here on the monthly, right, we found our high at 106. That's the only, I guess, slight concern here is like we really would need to see, when you see this RSI, we need to see the momentum pick up. And we need to discover a new high, at which point then we're in price discovery mode and everybody wins. All right, for you, Takak, I did like 1 million for you, but I love you dearly, so I'm going to knock this one out. Oh, realty income. Interesting. Is this a dividend payer? Wow, look at that, down to 32. What a sell-off. Also pretty strong chart, but look at that monthly. Ooh, a lot of risk here. I'm gonna say pass. I think this is. I would have a better idea. This is where I'd be watching. That's where buyers really came to party. It looks like if sellers can push momentum past there, it's done in the water. So I'm going to give you my old face, and I'm going to give my only pass. No, there's another one that was a pass, but I'm going to go ahead and give this one a pass because I don't like where it's at right now in this monthly, because this would be something you'd buy long term, right? Trend against resistance came down, 200-day EMA support touch that held. I can see this one coming down to like 51 and change, and if it doesn't hold there, then I think $40 is on the horizon. Commercial real estate, according to, again, that guy's a pretty big real estate guy. The guy knows presidents. He's telling me commercial real estate market's going to be in for hurting. This guy's been around 90 years. Keep that in mind. And he's telling me commercial real estate's hurting. This is a guy that owns 500 buildings. He just told me this. He owns 500 buildings all around Chicagoland. So take a second. That's a lot of buildings. And like the one I was looking at, it's like 50 offices. It's probably like not 30, but it's probably like a 10, $15 million building. And he owns 500 of those, varying in price. But I'm going to take that guy's opinion that commercial real estate's in a little bit of trouble. And if that's what this is relative to, I don't want any part of it. Oh, 2018, everything's good, man. Take these mortgages. Boom. I'm shorting to 80. I think of Pikmin when I say that. When I see that. Anybody ever played Pikmin on the Switch? Phenomenal game. I played it with my child. It was a fun game. I wouldn't short this unless it comes down to this thing's got to come under $113. I wouldn't mess with this, by the way. What the hell is this? Kid pick? What is that? Kid pick. It's a weird name. I don't know. It just feels very weird. What is this kid pick? What the hell is this, guys? Looks like institutions are buying it. So boomed on the Disney news. But what is it, guys? The hell is kid pick? I don't like the name. It's really freaking me out. Yeah, Pikmin own the game. My ex looked like a Pikmin. Good stuff. Kids' clothes. Oh, yeah. But yeah, just looking at this chart again, we're on the daily here. If this holds above 115, I wouldn't mess with it. That EMA support is gonna come in clutch. It looks actually, this chart doesn't look bad for a breakout trade. I'd say above 115, good to go, rock and roll. Or you could buy a 95 and trade for upside, but close it with like a very tight stop. This looks like it was a nothing burger before this, just absolute nothing, meaningless garbage. Just algo traded poopy. 107, what are those best? So 113. Yeah, I'd say 113 to 115. That'd be very interesting. This move held up, but the volume tapered off. That's a lot of volume, though. 50 million or so on that news. Let's see how crazy that was. So let's see who caught that news first and just made absolute stupid bank. 100,000 shares. Let's go deep. Let's just look at the 1 minute. Wow, we can look at ticks, 5 seconds. Give me some of that. Oh, all algo. Look at that. All of it. All algo trading. Look at that chart. That's brutal. But look at this. So basically, this opened. A few people got in, and then algos just ran it up. You can see where the people were trading, right? But then the algos kept picking it up. So the important thing is to find where the algos are buying, and it looks like they're either buying right here. Again, so 113 to 115, that's where I think we turn over bull and this thing could rip. That's what I'll be watching, 115 or so. Let's set a price alert on this one too, buddy. This one could be a very interesting day trade candidate. Yeah, interesting. Pikmin. Oh, you know it's algo. Just look at the chart. Boop, 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 boop. Look at those little ticks. Just boop, 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 boop. With like no, it's just too clean. Look at that. Look how clean that is. Straight line. Straight line. Just fill, sell, fill, sell, fill, sell, fill, sell. You know what I'm saying? Buy, sell, buy, sell. They're trading as much as they can over and over and over and over and over and over to take those little incremental gains. So they trade, like, say they trade for like a 2-cent gain, but they do that with $100,000 and they do it 1,000 times. It adds up. But when it's bot controlled pricing like that, you need to be very careful because it can go very, very quickly not in your favor. Basically, market makers are running these to screw you and I over and make sure they make their money. So it takes like an overwhelming amount of retail traffic to take these over, and you don't see that nearly as much as you did a few years ago. So just be very careful. But even on the 15-minute, you could see it. They're just trading it up, down, up, down, up, down. Sal G. All right, this is actually the last one. NVIDIA, we're already long here. We are up over 1,400% on our options. This one made me like 30 grand, I think, all in. Unbelievable trade. Oh, you were in it already? Yeah, I would be just be careful. Just set a very tight stop on that short, because if it holds there, dude, it could be rough. That thing could boom. I doubt it's a large float. So NVIDIA holding right here at about 420. Remember, blue sky breakout. We've never been this high before. So more than likely this thing's going to head to probably 450 and then $500 just to see how far it can go. We're in price discovery mode. So there is effectively no resistance right now other than the psychological resistance of like 450 and 500. So be very careful. I wouldn't even be upset if we saw like 410, 411 if we come down, found support. Worst case scenario, like 370s. But we really don't want to see that. We want to see this stay above where it is right now. We want to see this stay green above 420, and then we'll head back up to 450 and then $500. I think we're up over 1,400%. I think that our options trade before I close it, I want to see that thing get to 2,000%. That would be the craziest options return I've ever gotten, and I should have made like 50 grand or so, because I have a $10,000 donation I want to make to this place I used to work that helps kids with like emergency shelter housing. And I know that if it's 10 grand, they'll take it seriously and spend it right rather than just waste it on nonsense. So that's the goal. Trade so we could do better things in our lives. All right. Oh my God, there's an hour and 45 minutes. All right. I love y'all. Stay blessed now.